Hello and welcome members to Healing Wednesdays, the Circle of 12, and happy holidays. I'm Lee Carroll.
And I'm Monica Muranyi.
Healing Wednesday, a time when we come together each week, special guests, questions and answers, which we'll have some, discussions, meditations, and of course, Kryon channeling. So, for those of you who are new to all of this, please don't be frustrated if your streaming doesn't work. Even, in the holidays, I think more people are tuned in to internet, and sometimes you will have more problems than normal. And I say this every time. Please don't be frustrated if it starts and stops. Just watch it later when you can. An hour later, we will have a fully produced, I will say, a replay that is easier to watch. So I say that as I say every time, but I want you to know that we didn't plan the show to be frustrating. We want you to see it entirely as designed. So stop and watch the replay in about an hour after the show.
Now, this is a members meeting, so thank you to all our members, both those from a year ago and those who have newly joined us. For those who are newly joining us, this is a little different from the once a month free program. I want to remind you about some of the things we have just for you. Did you know there is an audio only of every show that we have done? So if the internet is not strong enough for you to watch the video replay, don't be frustrated. Simply go to the audio only to hear it. Then we have a fully documented index of every single program we have done. And all of that is so you can navigate to your favourite show, or if you're new, you can go and have a look at what there is and intuitively find what it is you need. You can see the questions that were asked. You can see the title of the Kryon channel. You can see the guests that appeared on that program, and then you can have a look at what happened in the Circle of 12 experience. But wait, there is more.
Yep, there is more. And for those of you who didn't know, there's a place in your portal called Extras, and this is fairly new. There is a 90-minute program there that we have added just a few weeks ago, and it's a Q&A, 25 questions that we were not able to get to or answer in the first year. And so they're there, all there just for you. Of course, it's in your portal. It's free for you. Also, a reminder, all of the replays of all of our programs don't expire. So it continues and continues, and there's over, well, there'll be 60 very soon, which are forever for members. So again, I just tweaked some of your interest. Are you in the chat there listening? And you say, what? There's a new program? What? I didn't hear. Where can I get it? Where is it? It's in your membership portal. I encourage you to have a new look at these great assets that come with your membership.
Now, part of your membership portal is a place where you can submit a question. It's so easy to find. So simply go there, click on that, and you'll be able to submit your question. Here are a few guidelines. Ask a question others may be interested in. Don't have some deep personal question in there about your unique situation. Lee and I, we're not therapists, so we can only give you answers based on the Kryon channeling information. And then please make those questions concise and short. So let's go to one of those questions. And actually what I've done is I've chosen two similar questions because they're about the same theme. We have Judy from New Mexico in the US, and she's saying that I've become confused because I hear Monica mentioning the intention of releasing all expectations, but then Kryon takes us to the stage where he often mentions healing, and that seems to go against releasing all expectations, and I get confused. Please help me to understand. Then we have Beth from Indiana in the US. My question is about expectations. Many healers invite us to expect great things in our lives, such as light, love, and most benevolent outcomes. For the past couple of months, in preparation for the Circle of 12, we affirmed, I release all expectations, and I'm willing to be open to the energy of compassion in my life. I'm certain this is a metaphor for our release of all things to spirit, but it seems to be a bit of a conundrum. I would appreciate any further explanation you might have. And Judy and Beth, I appreciate you asking those questions. It was not my expectation that you get confused about expectations. So to help us unravel what is meant by releasing expectations, we're going to turn to Lee because he has some wonderful insights about what we mean.
I hope they're insights. I hope you really truly understand. It is a good question. It may seem like a conundrum. So I'm going to have a chance here to play a little bit and to give you something that may help. Both of you are correct to ask the question, are we supposed to release or not release? Expect or not expect? It is. Sometimes it is language, sometimes it is, just perception. But I can answer it very briefly. Then also I'm going to give you some insights past the answer. Here is the brief answer. Ready? Expect solutions. Release the way you think it's going to happen. We should put that on the screen. Expect solutions. Release the way you think it's going to happen. So let's give some examples. Dear Spirit, give me ABC. It can be healing, abundance, relationships, whatever. That's what ABC will stand for. And that's what you're asking for. Then release all expectations of how it's going to be given to you. So don't really expect ABC. Expect solutions that will include somehow ABC. Now, when Monica gives a meditation that says release all expectations, she is saying release all the expectations of how you think it's going to happen, but expect solutions. So, because we often think in a very linear way, all of us do, and we feel we know what the solution has to be, after all, that's what we're asking for, it limits us. So we ask for ABC, and so ABC, of course, is the expected solution. Are you seeing what I'm saying? It's the linearity of how we think. Now, to show you what I mean, let's pretend that there is someone who desperately needs $1,000 to pay their rent. Okay, you got me so far. Dear Spirit, I need $1,000. I really need $1,000. Thank you in advance for this, Spirit. Did you get that? It's going to be $1,000. That's what I need, $1,000. So now let's stop for a moment. What did that person expect? $1,000. That's what they need for the rent. So we teach no expectations. Well, how does that work? Of course, no expectations. I expect $1,000. So let's play a game. And please forgive me if you think this isn't sacred, but it really does prove a point, especially in our culture if you watch television at all or have in the past. Suddenly, an angel appears with a microphone and offers, let's make a deal show. You with me, don't tune out yet. I haven't gone crazy. So now there are 3 doors, and the angel says, dear one, which door will you take? I promise your expectation is behind door 1. Want to take a chance on another door? Door 2 and door 3 are something else. Which one will you choose? Well, at this point, I guarantee 90% of humanity and the way we think and the linearity of everything else will choose door 1. After all, it's what they asked for. That's the expectation, and the angel said it's there. So the person is so related, so thankful. The door opens, there's $1,000. Done deal. Thank you, Spirit, for your $1,000. Okay? Stay with me. Then the angel says, now let's take a look at what's behind the other doors. This is where it gets good, folks. Door 2 reveals $2,000. So that was there all along. But it was not really an option for most since they were expecting $1,000. So their expectation actually got in the way, stopped, and limited the extra $1,000. I hope you're getting this. But wait. Here's the big one, and the one we teach. What's behind door 3? Pay attention, folks. Door 3 reveals the landlord telling the person that he is dropping the rent $1,000 this month as a gift. Unexpected? Yeah. Unbelievable? You had no idea what that landlord is. Really unbelievable. Yes. A miracle? Absolutely. Expect solutions in whatever form they come. Don't limit them to the only answer you think is possible. This is how Spirit works. Magnificent to watch. I've seen it over and over and had to learn it the hard way as well. So in summary, again, expect solutions. Release expectations on how you think it's going to happen.
Thank you so much for clarifying that, Lee. And hopefully, when you hear that phrase, to release all expectations, it is letting go of your ideas of how you think things should happen. And I love, Lee, that you gave the example that even greater things beyond our wildest imaginations can come to us. So expect the unexpected, most benevolent possible outcome you can imagine, or beyond your imaginations. Great. So now I'd like to go to another question. This is Sherry from Alberta, Canada. I am new to Healing Wednesday, and I'm not sure if I will manage to watch all of the previous sessions. Will I still benefit if I don't watch all of them? Well, that's a great question, and the short answer is absolutely. You will benefit if you don't watch any of the replays and just begin from here and continue on. But I want Lee to address it even further.
Well, it's not addressable in finer detail. You can be overwhelmed.
Yeah.
I was realizing the more programs we have and the longer we do this series, it can be overwhelming to look at this and say, which one should I watch? So there's really no expectations from any of us that you're going to watch all the programs, nor do you have to, watch them in any special order. But let me give you some insights. First, these programs build and build over time. So you think you're overwhelmed now, what's going to happen, in a year? And I hope you're here in a year. So we believe in synchronicity. Have you ever had a deck of cards where you open it and synchronicity and what we call chance will give you the right card and the right answer? Or you go perhaps to a metaphysical store and you're looking around and the right book falls in your hand? This is what we teach here. So select the ones that might to be impactful for you. I want you to trust in this synchronicity and your intuition. I'd go to the index, the one that Monica created, the one she has talked about, and have a peek at the programs and what the guests are, and use your intuition and ask your innate to help you choose the right one to see. Each one is a standalone program. In other words, you don't have to see anyone around it, and each one can be watched without seeing any other. Now, in addition, let me just give you a little more insight. Each one contains a Kryon channeling, as you know, but quite often Kryon channels like one of four, and there's often four in one subject in 1 month. So if you watch a program and you see channel and it's 2 of 4, and you say, oh dear, now I got to go watch the other ones. No, you don't. What you do, if you really want to hear the other channelings to complete the teaching of the month from Kryon, all you have to do is then go to kryon.com/free audio, and you're going to see the other channels and you'll be able to hear them even without watching another show. So, happy intuitive hunting.
And I want to just add one more thing to that. Often we can feel overwhelmed if we have too many things and we feel we don't have the time available to get through them. I know I would have that conflict where I feel pressure that I don't have enough time in my day to achieve all the things that I want to do. So I realized I had this narrative. I would say, oh my gosh, I don't have enough time. Oh, the universe would go, your wish is granted. You don't have enough time. And I would be always scrambling from one appointment to the next. All of a sudden, I started to change my narrative and I said, I have just enough time to do everything I need. Because it felt like I had wiggle room to say that phrase, I have just enough time. And miraculously, I didn't feel like I gained more time, but I was just in time for each appointment without running late. I then started to change my narrative to, I have all the time I need to do the things I want. It was amazing how when I changed my narrative and released that pressure of not having enough time, time opened up. So I encourage you to also do that as well. So we now have something really